Alrighty. So we're going to watch episode 2 of Rocko's Modern Life. We just watched episode 1. I don't know if I'm going to post it as the next episode on the YouTube channel, but this is episode 2 of Rocko's Modern Life featuring leapfrogs and bedfellows. So yeah, without further ado, here we go. This episode is 22 minutes and 26 seconds. 3, 2, 1, commence. And we got the old opening there. Oh, that's a cool backsplash. Nice little wallpaper right there. Modern life. Yeah, shove that in there. There you go. Yeah, Spunky gonna eat it up. Nothing wrong with that. Welcome to the real world. Yep. What Conglamo calls the real world. Yeah, cartoons. You gotta love cartoons. It's a great way to escape reality, and I think that this show portrays it really well that way. Leapfrogs. Anytime the Bigheads are in an episode, you know it's gonna be good. Like I mentioned in the last episode, I always felt like the Bigheads were like the Squidward of SpongeBob. But just really fun characters to watch. Even the way they're drawn, it's freaking awesome. I want to press the red button on the TV. See what that does. Oh, Ed, what are you doing? Oh, Ed. You're crazy, woman. Who's that? Ooh, it's Cupid. It's probably Pig Cupid, right? Miss Bighead. I like Ed Bighead more than Miss Bighead, just because he's the more wacky character, and he's the character that gets angry and always gets the bad end of luck on the stick. If ever, however you word that. Maybe Spunky will come eat up that shave. Look at Miss Bighead with her mud on her face. Yeah, I'm sure it sucks to be married to Ed Bighead. He works for Conglamo. Can't blame him. The voice actor, I'm sorry, I forgot his name. I know he voices both Ed Bighead and Bev Bighead. Yeah, you're gonna need a lot more arrows than that. Yeah, that's Yeah, there's no getting to Ed Bighead. Seems like he's a lost cause. Wonder where that pig's going. I'm off to work, honey. Oh, Ed. Got that moose in the fridge. Classic moose in the fridge. See, they're talking about lack of emotion, lack of oomph with marriage couples in a kid's cartoon. I'm sure that's not the main, or I'm sure that wasn't intended for kids to really perceive. I'm sure it's more Rocko or whoever's going to interact with them to see how they deal with it. But just the fact that that's the main topic, like marriage problems in a child's TV show in the 90s. How old is Rocko? I mean, that guy owns his own house. He lives by himself. He works at a comic book store. And I know they ain't paying their... Yeah, this is the episode. This is the episode I think that was banned. Yeah, leapfrogs. I mean, Miss Bighead is trying to hit on Rocko. So, I didn't even have to say any more. I'm pretty sure... Yeah, this episode was banned. Which makes it even more awesome. I do believe I own a a production cell from this episode. It's when Miss Bighead brings Rocko upstairs to the bedroom, because I was not able to find another episode with that scene where Rocko's in Mrs. Bighead's room and they're all alone. So I'm pretty sure I have a production cell from this episode. Yeah, episode 2. I mean, they're just trying to go all out with their comedy, their humor. The networks have no restrictions. There's no censors. It's the first time they're airing content. They're testing it out, if you will. What better show to test things out than Rocko's Modern Life and Ren and Stimpy? The old VCR. The old VCR perspective view. Oh, this is why I love this show. If you're not watching the episode, basically Miss Bighead was looking inside the VCR. Her eyes got tangled in those little tape spinners. It's just fun. I mean, how can you not like this show? There's a fly in the wall. Yeah, as a kid, how can you, I mean, I'm sure you're going to laugh because there's a fly sitting on a toilet, but how are you going to laugh at the actual joke? And even back then, this show played, it wasn't a late night show like it is today, like you find on Nick Tonight or Nick, whatever you call it there. But yeah, this show played, well, for me anyway, it played on Saturday mornings. It played on Saturday mornings on YTV. I believe it played at 9 or 8:30 a.m. It was between Angry Beavers and Hey Arnold, somewhere in there. So I would always watch it because I didn't want to miss the next show, which I think was Angry Beavers. And I could be wrong. It could have been Cat Dog or whatever. But I loved Cat Dog and I loved Angry Beavers growing up. And I didn't want to miss any episodes. So I would just watch through the episode. Well, sometimes not really pay attention, just kind of phase in. Once in a while, I can remember myself watching an episode and actually really being into it. But other times, my attention span just wasn't there. I couldn't focus on each joke or each thing. I just needed, I guess I didn't give it enough of a chance. Even though I was a kid. Look at the eyeballs and veins in the blender. Rocko, come upstairs. Yeah, I think this is where I have the production cell. Not here, but where they're standing side by side. Yeah, come on, Rocko, zip her up. Zip it up, Rocko! Wow. Look at the detail on her on the back spot. Oh, Rocko. Yeah, I think it's right here. Yeah. This is the production cell right around here. This is the angle that I know I have at home. And I don't think it was ever seen in any other episode from this angle. Not on the bed. I think she was standing. The production cell that I have, so I'd have to re-verify. I'm not sure. Yeah, look at the hair on her legs. Nasty. Oh, bro. Take a whiff. Shave him up. Oh, my God. How can they even do that? Oh, God. Miss Bighead literally just said, "You shaved." As if he shaved his genitalia. Awesome episode. Okay, if her eyes come to normal right now, this is this is the cell I own. Not the crazy side. If it goes back to normal. Okay, it must have been the crazy cell. Because that's, I think, the scene that I own. Sorry, I'm ranting about that stupid production cell that I own. Rocko, what are you doing, man? Take the money and go. Oh! Yep. Definitely not what it looks like. And the average 8-year-old in the 90s, even the 15-year-old in the 90s wouldn't have gotten this. 15-year-olds in the 90s weren't that smart like today. You know what I mean by smart. Just lack of access of information to figure it out. Wait, did she have the gown on? I'm confused. Anyways, I don't remember. But just such a good episode. And that's the thing. You wouldn't have probably remembered this episode growing up. I think it might have aired once or twice on the air before being pulled ever or all time for viewership. But they probably do show it now on Nick at Night. So it's one of those episodes where it's rare. Like mentally, if you ask anybody who's watched Rocko's Modern Life, unless they're a diehard fan, they probably don't remember this episode. That's funny. I mean, look at the way he looks. It's funny. It's well drawn. Oh, plates. What? Oh, God. That's hilarious. They're skeet shooting plates with their tongues. Got a little tongue action, Rocko's Modern Life. Now they're out of breath. Oh! The tongues collide. If the episode ends here. Yeah, there's that pig with the ass and nipples. Great episode for kids. And that's true. I mean, the heart is a symbol of the ass. All right, here we go. Straight on to the next episode, Bedfellows. Directed by Steven Hillenburg, the same guy who did SpongeBob SquarePants, who created SpongeBob SquarePants. And that's Heffer's house. Heffer's parents are wolves, by the way. And I like how they did that. You know, change it up, make it... I mean, the mom is like... I've seen moms like that. They're always the nice mom. Oh, come on, sweetheart. Let him have it, you know. It's just funny how that's his parents. Oh, the mice are moving in. Even the character, even the mouse dad has a pipe. There's a bit of the old world and there's a bit of the new world. I mean, who has a pipe today? Who has that kind of pipe today? Been laid off. Keep that name badge on, man. Oh, rented his room. Don't have a cow. That's from the show. I'm pretty sure, obviously, that's from the show. But, yeah, that's a cultural line now, I think. Don't have a cow. I don't know if it's just this show, but the way cartoons drew nails back in the day, it was pretty interesting, simplistic. I mean, I'm analyzing the smallest thing like a freaking nail. What do you expect? But, I mean, come on. I feel like he's going... This is Patrick going into SpongeBob's house right now. That's Spunky's Gary. There's Gary right there. Meow, meow. So, yeah, like I said, last episode, or the very first episode of Rocko's Modern Life, the couch is single. It's a single unit couch. It's a one-seater for Rocko. And then I wonder, like I'm just speculating, but I wonder if that's the only episode we see a single-seater couch. And every other episode's the big sofa, the big three-seater there. Yeah, that's not creepy. See, like, a scene like this, I like to call it Tim and Eric, for those of you that know Tim and Eric, if they Tim and Eric'd that scene today, like, what I'm trying to get to is, what if the creators recreated the show, but went even more far-fetched with it, like way far-fetched, beyond the boundaries, even so that you wouldn't be able to air it. I think if you could pick a show to do it, I wouldn't even pick Ren and Stimpy. I think I would still pick Rocko's Modern Life to do it because it's still so realistic and believable. Oh, sorry to cut. That frame right there with the neighborhood, that was really cool. That was really cool the way that looked. I like shots of the city in cartoons because you only ever see them once or twice in the whole series. They do a lot of effort, a lot of detail in them, a lot of shading. There's a cattle prong. Oh yeah, Heffer. Oh yeah. I guess Heffer's sleeping in his bed because they rented his room. Sleeping in a drawer. Where have I seen that before? Yeah, honestly, I could even just watch the show without the audio. It just keeps me in the loop. I just want to see what they draw next. I just want to see what they do next. Oh, I have that production cell with the steam where he's in his bathrobe in the steam. I was thinking of putting it in a frame and putting that in my washroom. Oh man, Heffer. Heffer is definitely the Patrick of this show. Or I should say Patrick is the Heffer of his show. Yeah. Everyone has a friend like that. Everyone has a friend who they love dearly, but yeah, it just sucks to be a roomie with. Yo, my man, he just shot up the place. Yeah, like I remember I was playing Minecraft at one point, and I wanted to recreate the house. And every time I would, I just stopped and started watching the episodes. If I could, actually, I'm just going to say it right now. I think Joe Murray is one of my favorite animators. I do think so. He's a pioneer. He really is a pioneer, and the amount of effort and work he went through to make the show. I'm not sure what his inspirations were, but if I had to assume, I would say Bugs Bunny and those cartoons growing up. But just the fact that he pulled this off, like he couldn't have even used Ren and Stimpy as an inspiration because he was working on his own thing around the same time when Ren and Stimpy were doing theirs. So just the fact that unless those guys talk to each other or they they feed off each other somehow, right? Yeah, just the way it is, I really do appreciate the show. And I'm just going to keep saying it. Can't say it enough. Oh, yeah, I just had a flashback. There's an episode of Rocko's Modern Life where they call in for concert tickets. There's just the ring guy gave me a flashback. There's like 1,000 phones in the home, and they're trying to be caller number 9 or something for wrestling tickets. And then Rocko gets them, and then everyone's just trying to be his friend. Sweet. Love that scene. I love grotesque stuff, close up. It's not as grotesque as it should be, but it's still close up, you know? Spunky's comfy, sitting on Rocko's belly. I mean, on Heffer's belly. Oh, come on, man. Got to put your foot down. Why is there a heel there? What's going on? What was Heffer doing last night? There's a heel. Yeah, the first episode in this, the first parter in this episode part 1A, you got a lot of nudity, and then episode 2B got a lot of nudity. I'm pretty sure they just wanted to get it all out, see what they could get away with, see what worked. And yeah, there you go. Yeah, the feather on the arrow is covering her bubage. What's the name of the band? The Dangles. Yeah, octopus drummer. I mean, if I had a band, I would definitely want an octopus drummer. I mean, that's even more creepy, right? Like you're trying to get a better view of the grotesqueness. Yeah, big head. Well, one of my favorite characters. Yeah, the two of them are literally like the neighbor when you're a kid and your ball goes over the neighbor's fence. I mean, there's even an episode about that where the ball goes over. They're definitely that neighbor, the grumpy neighbor. And not when you and then when you grow up and you're an adult, you understand why they're grumpy and you know that they're not trying to be mean. They're just, you know. But this show just portrays it in that fashion, and I think maybe that's the audience they were trying to portray to, is the outdoor going kid, the kid from the 80s, you know, not the kid from the 90s, more the kid from the 80s who would be able to take on this humor. You know, because obviously all this stuff doesn't happen overnight. I mean, the comedy, the writing, the ideas are probably manifested over decades, and even the concepts. So the ideology is probably 5 or 10 years before it was meant to be shown, you know? And I'm not saying that's the same formula for today, because it's probably easier and quicker to make a show today. But back then, if you wanted a show made, you probably already have to have been an artist or have your content, and then just say, hey, why don't we just take your content and port it over here to TV? Yeah, the squiggles on the shoulders, they always had them on the wolves. I like to call them the wolves. Well, they are the wolves. Heffer wolf, right? They always had those squiggly lines on their shirts. It made them, I don't know what it was intended to, but they had that. The wolves always had that style. And Grandpa Wolf too. Yeah. See, I wasn't really listening to the episode, but I heard the word nudist. So yeah, that was definitely a nudist party before. That's it. That's the end of the episode. Ah, they go by so fast. They do go by so fast. As a kid, they didn't. As an adult, they leave me hanging. I want more. Anyways, so yeah, thanks for tuning in on that one. Hopefully you enjoyed it. That was Rocko's Modern Life, Season 1, Episode 2. Not sure when I'll do Episode 3 right away, but keep checking out the different episodes I post up. Let me know if there's anything particular, anything from the episode you found interesting, actually. Anything at all, any particular Rocko's episode that stands out for you. Anyway, it doesn't matter what it is. Just give me a message. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know your favorite shows. Just let's keep the conversation alive. Who knows how long these shows will be relevant for, right? And right now, we're lucky enough that they made a reboot on a movie. I'm sure it'll be a very long time before we hear anything else. So yeah, why not just keep this party going, keep it alive, and see what other cartoons we got going next. So thanks for tuning along, and we'll see you next time. Ciao.